The information provided on this podcast is intended for general informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. While we discuss topics related to vegan health, diet, and fitness, always consult with a qualified healthcare provider or registered dietitian before making any changes to your diet, fitness routine, or lifestyle, especially if you have existing health conditions.
Welcome to Good Vegan Meal, the podcast for lifelong vegans, people wanting to become vegan, or those interested in vegan living. We're here to make your lives better by giving you the information you need to succeed in your compassionate vegan lifestyle.
Imagine heading to the happiest place on earth, maybe not just for the rides, but for a truly delicious and actually pretty expensive plant-based culinary adventure.
Right.
For years, finding vegan or vegetarian options at Disney parks felt like, I don't know, a real scavenger hunt. You were often looking for a side salad, maybe some fries if you were lucky.
Yeah, the sad fries.
Exactly. But here's where it gets really interesting. Disney has truly stepped up its game, like not just a little bit, but with a huge strategic shift. So our mission today for you is really to cut through all the noise. We want to reveal the most exciting, must-try plant-based dishes, yeah, but maybe more importantly, pull out the key insights into Disney's whole approach and give you the absolute best tips for navigating the menus, both Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Think of it as like your shortcut, so you're totally informed for your next visit.
What's truly fascinating here, really, is the sheer scale of it and how deliberate Disney's commitment was. This wasn't just, adding a couple of things here and there.
Right.
Back in 2019, Walt Disney World announced this huge leap. They integrated over 400 new vegan dishes.
400.
Yeah, 400, with options becoming available at like every single restaurant. This wasn't some fleeting trend for them. It was a really comprehensive, park-wide move towards more inclusive dining.
Wow. 400 new items across every restaurant. Just thinking about the logistics of that is kind of mind-boggling. So what did that mean for, the average guest trying to figure out what was okay to eat?
Well, they simplified it quite brilliantly, actually. You'll now find this distinct green leaf icon next to menu items all across the parks.
Okay.
And that symbol is your clear indicator. It tells you the dish has absolutely no animal meat, no dairy, no eggs, and no honey. It takes away so much of the guesswork. You can just spot the choices almost instantly.
Okay, so it's really more than just the food on the plate then, isn't it? It sounds like there's a bigger story here about how a huge company like Disney isn't just responding to demand, but maybe actively embracing more conscious choices, more sustainable ones.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really shows how catering to dietary choices, like plant-based eating, can align perfectly with larger environmental goals.
Makes sense.
I mean, Disney has been making some pretty substantial sustainability efforts beyond just the food. They're using solar energy down in Orlando to power 2 whole parks.
Really? 2 parks?
Yeah. And they've eliminated single-use plastic straws and stirrers worldwide. They're moving to refillable amenities in the hotel rooms. Plus, they're working on conserving fuel. They've got robust recycling programs. And they've actually committed to hitting net zero emissions by 2030.
Wow.
So it's kind of a comprehensive approach, tying together that guest experience with, global responsibility.
That is a huge commitment, and honestly pretty refreshing to see from such a massive operation. Okay, now let's zoom across the country to Disneyland. We've got some really fresh insights here looking at what's available like right now, even thinking ahead to August 2025. What are your absolute top tips for navigating dining there?
Well, for Disneyland, making reservations for table service restaurants is still absolutely key.
Right.
You can book it up 60 days in advance. And yeah, for the really popular places, you often still need to set that alarm for 6 a.m. Pacific time, right when the booking window opens.
Ugh, 6 a.m. But worth it sometimes.
Totally. But here's a pro tip.
Yeah.
Don't, totally despair if you miss out. Walk-ups are actually pretty successful quite often, especially if you use the Join Walk-up List feature right there on the Disney app.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely check there first. It can be a real game changer.
That's a fantastic hack. Okay, and speaking of table service, Disneyland now has some places where plant-based isn't just, an afterthought. It's actually a highlight. What really stands out?
Yeah, what's really telling about Disney's sort of elevated approach
Yeah.
is their commitment to premium plant-based dining. Pick Blue Bayou, for example.
Okay, Blue Bayou.
You'll find a full plant-based menu, no modifications needed. You can start with an heirloom tomato and watermelon salad, super fresh and vibrant. Then move on to a pistachio lemon basil pasta. And then, and this is really remarkable, finish with this incredible, silky smooth creme brulee tart.
Wait, creme brulee, plant-based.
Yes. It's made from this sophisticated base of cashew cream, coconut milk, and soy milk.
Huh.
It's this blend, you see. The cashews bring richness, the coconut gives it body, and the soy kind of stabilizes it. It's a brilliant mix to get that luxurious texture without any dairy. It really shows Disney wants these options to be like destinations themselves, not just alternatives.
A plant-based creme brulee in a theme park. That really is mind-blowing. So it's not just simple stuff, it's real culinary artistry. Are there other table service spots doing this kind of thoughtful creation?
Well, absolutely. Café Orlan is similar. They've got clearly labeled vegan items like a really sophisticated sweet potato and lentil hummus.
Ooh, fancy hummus.
Yeah, with lemon oil and pomegranate. Very elegant. They also do a creamy, comforting smoked tomato risotto. And yes, that same amazing creme brulee tart. So there's consistency. And then at Carnation Cafe, you've still got the long-standing hearty veggie burger.
Yeah.
That house-made bean patty, chipotle mayo. It's a classic.
Right.
But for dessert, they've introduced a new plant-based brownie a la mode. It comes with fava bean ice cream.
Fava bean ice cream. That's different.
It is. And it's fascinating because fava beans have this really neutral flavor profile, unlike some other plant bases. So it lets the chocolate and everything else shine through, but still gives you this surprisingly smooth, creamy texture.
Interesting.
And it comes with chocolate sauce and a Luxardo maraschino cherry. You know, the really intense, rich ones.
Oh, yeah, those are way better.
Totally elevates it. And for breakfast there, you can get plant-based overnight oats. And crucially, if you ask, vegan Mickey waffles.
Vegan Mickey waffles. Okay, now that feels like proper Disney magic. Love that they're not just offering vegan food, but Disney food that happens to be vegan.
Yeah, definitely.
But let's talk quick service, because for a lot of people, that's kind of the backbone of a park day, right? What's standing out at Disneyland in that faster category?
Yeah, for quick service, I think the biggest insight is how Disney's mastered plant-based nostalgia. They're like re-engineering iconic park foods.
Ooh, okay.
The Ronto-less garden wrap at Ronto Roasters, it's maybe the most beloved food at Disneyland right now, period. And it's completely plant-based.
I keep hearing about that one.
It's amazing. It takes that classic park favorite, the Ronto wrap idea, and just nails it with plant-based sausage, spicy kimchi slaw, pickled cucumber, and that gochujang spread. You know, that savory, spicy, sweet Korean chili paste.
Yeah. Gives it a kick.
Exactly. It's just proof of how far they've come.
Okay, that Ronto-less wrap is definitely legendary. What about other grab-and-go things that pack a punch?
Well, at Cafe Daisy, their spring garden wrap is another favorite. It's packed with protein, quinoa, edamame, pumpkin seeds, and it's got this really nice creamy lemon dressing.
Sounds healthy and tasty.
It is. And for something maybe more like comfort food, Tiana's Palace has the 7 Greens gumbo. It's new, it's hearty. White beans, okra, yams, sweet potatoes, heirloom rice. Really rich and satisfying.
Gumbo.
And for something super casual, Alien Pizza Planet actually does a secret menu. Personal-sized vegan pizza. Gluten-free crust, vegan cheese.
Secret menu, love it.
And get this, their garlic breadsticks are vegan too. They use an oil-based spray, not butter. Pretty clever.
Very clever. Okay, so many options. What about ice cream? Like ice cream on Main Street, that feels fundamental.
It's back. Gibson Girl. They now proudly offer plant-based vanilla ice cream. Again, using that fava bean base we talked about.
A fava bean.
Yep, served in a cup with strawberry puree or peanuts. And this is actually a huge deal for a lot of people who haven't been able to have that classic Main Street ice cream experience in years.
That really is a big deal. And you can't talk park snacks without hitting the vending carts, right? What's the scoop there?
Oh yeah, the carts are essential. The absolute universal snack hero is the fresh popcorn. It's made with canola or coconut oil, not butter. So totally vegan everywhere. Iconic.
So can't beat park popcorn.
Never. You can also find the Olaf Frozen Lemon Strawberry Bar, Outshine Fruit Bars, and the really exciting return of the chocolate-covered frozen banana, now with dairy-free chocolate.
Yes, the frozen banana. Love that.
And even Mickey pretzels are vegan. Just remember to skip the cheese dip.
Right. Crucial detail. Skip the cheese. And what about packaged stuff? Treats to take home. Have they made progress there, too?
They have, yeah. At places like Main Street Candy Palace and Pooh's Corner, the packaged caramel corn is now dairy-free and vegan.
Oh, wow. Even the caramel corn.
Yep. And they have this line called Snacks with Character. It includes clearly labeled vegan stuff like Mickey-shaped marshmallow rice treats, sea salt, dark chocolate squares, even cheddar and BBQ-flavored puffs.
Vegan cheese puffs. Nice.
And plain candied apples are usually vegan on certain days, but you definitely want to ask a cast member to be sure on those.
Good tip. Wow, okay, that's a seriously impressive lineup for Disneyland. Which brings up a really important question. How has the plant-based scene evolved over at Disney World? We talked about that huge surge back in 2019. How does that early success compare to what we're seeing today?
That's a great question, because that 2019 announcement, it really was groundbreaking. It signaled this systemic shift.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, I think it was about proving that plant-based could be integrated everywhere.
Right, setting the stage.
Exactly. We saw some really significant early wins that kind of demonstrated the demand and, the feasibility.
Yeah, looking back at our sources from 2019, those wins really did show Disney was committed to making plant-based accessible. I remember reading about Pizza Rizzo at Hollywood Studios offering a vegan cheese pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you might wait 15 minutes for them to cook it separately, but the fact it existed was huge back then.
Totally.
Or the gooey vegan grilled cheese at Woody's Lunchbox. That was apparently a top price hack because the kid size was basically an adult portion.
Right.
And for burger fans, ABC Commissary at Hollywood Studios had the big Beyond Veggie Burger. I saw one source just raving, like, science is a beautiful thing for making such a good non-meat patty so available.
Yeah, the Impossible and Beyond burgers were game changers.
Definitely. And Skipper Canteen in Magic Kingdom, the Falls Family Falafel appetizer, you could easily make it vegan just by skipping the white bean dip.
Simple mods.
Yeah. And there's that fun secret menu thing, too. The vegetarian nachos with soy crumbles at Dockside Diner in Hollywood Studios. Apparently available since 2018. Just had to order without sour cream or cheese. Those were like early signs of real ingenuity.
Exactly right. Those were the foundational pieces. They showed a willingness to adapt and innovate. And that spirit carried through to things like the EPC Odd Food and Wine Festival. Remember the Vegan Impossible cottage pie?
Oh, yeah, that was a huge hit, right?
Massive. People described it as warm, flavorful, and downright meaty. It became a festival favorite really fast.
Nice.
Then in Magic Kingdom, Friar's Nook brought in a vegan Bratton Tots using Beyond Sausage on a vegan bun.
Solid park food.
Yep. And maybe one of the most celebrated early wins was over at Port Orleans French Quarter Resort. Tiana's vegan beignets.
Ah, the beignets. Legendary.
Those perfect square pillows, fried just right. And they were explicitly made so, as one source put it, Walt would want everyone to enjoy. It wasn't just about the food itself. It was about making sure everyone could join in that magic.
That's such a great sentiment behind it. And of course, the popcorn carts, same as Disneyland, still cranking out that universally vegan popcorn. Especially good with that refillable bucket deal, like $2 for a refill.
Best deal in the park, maybe.
Could be. And for a bit of nostalgia, Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe in Magic Kingdom had that vegan Sloppy Joe. So, okay, building on those early successes, what are some of the standout plant-based options at Disney World now? Things that show how they've kept refining things more recently.
Well, they've definitely kept pushing. More recently, you can find surprisingly authentic vegan fish and chips over at the Rose and Crown Pub in EPCOT.
Fish and chips. Vegan. How do they do that?
It's pretty impressive. Apparently uses seasoned tofu or sometimes banana blossom. It's become a popular choice. And over at Satchley Canteen in Animal Kingdom.
Pandora, right.
Yep, in Pandora. They offer those awesome build-your-own bowls. You can get crispy fried tofu, rice, and black beans, that tangy slaw, even boba balls. It's fresh, vibrant, really satisfying.
Those bowls are great. So customizable.
Exactly. And the Plaza restaurant back in Magic Kingdom features a really hearty Chili Impossible burger now, too.
Okay, so lots of continued innovation, but we've heard so much about the triumphs and these amazing dishes. Let's be candid for a second. Are there areas where maybe Disney's still, learning? Or where the plant-based options might not always hit that magical mark for absolutely everyone? It's good to manage expectations, right?
That's a really excellent point, because while the overall trend is just overwhelmingly positive, it's true that not every single plant-based dish is going to be a home run for every single person at every location.
Right. Taste is subjective.
Totally.
Right.
And consistency can sometimes be a challenge, maybe between different quick service spots or during really busy times. For instance, we've seen some really candid listener experiences, like Someone raving about the crabless cake with vegetable slaw at an EPC Yacht Festival, calling it incredible and saying it tasted not vegan.
High praise.
Absolutely. And someone loving the simple Minute Maid frozen lemonade in Magic Kingdom. So yummy, delicious, basic, but perfect on a hot day.
Totally.
But then, on the flip side, one person described the rice stream vanilla ice cream they had at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor as disgusting.
Oof.
Yeah. And someone else found the vegetarian platter at Tangerine Cafe gross because of unexpected flavors. So it really underscores that while the breadth of options is fantastic now, personal preference still plays a huge role.
Okay, that makes sense.
And crucially, for guests with serious allergies, while that green leaf icon is a great starting point, talking directly with a chef is still absolutely essential. Cross-contamination is always a potential concern in any busy kitchen.
That's such a critical distinction. It's about having the options and the information, but still needing to use your own judgment and advocate for yourself if needed. What about dedicated treats? Like for someone with a serious sweet tooth looking for something special.
Well, for guaranteed 100% vegan and gluten-free goodies, Aaron McKenna's Bakery, NYC, over at Disney Springs, is a fantastic destination.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that place.
It's great. Now, again, personal preferences vary, but their mocha brownie cupcakes and thin mint cookies seem to be pretty consistent hits, according to reviews. Some folks have found some of the donuts maybe a bit dry sometimes.
Okay.
But it's a brilliant spot for specialized options, especially if you have multiple dietary needs like gluten-free and vegan. As with any bakery, though, you might want to pick carefully based on reviews or just what looks good to you that day.
Good to know. So, okay, wrapping this all up. What does this actually mean for you, the listener, when you're planning your trip? We've pulled together some crucial pro tips to make that plant-based journey through Disney parks as smooth and hopefully delicious as possible. Lay out the essentials for us.
Okay, first, always look for the green leaf icon on the menus. Just remember what it means. No animal meat, dairy, eggs, or honey. It's your quickest way to spot safe options.
Got it. Green leaf.
Second, and this is super important for any specific allergies or if you need complex modifications, speak with a chef or a cast member. Don't hesitate.
Right. Don't be shy.
Exactly. They are incredibly knowledgeable. They can help make sure, your falafel isn't fried in the same oil as chicken at some specific counter, or they can help you get those off-menu vegan Mickey waffles we talked about.
Yeah.
They're really there to help.
Okay, crucial.
Well,
what else?
Third, use the Disney app. Use it a lot. It's basically your mobile command center for mobile ordering food ahead of time, for checking menus literally while you're walking around, and for making those essential reservations or jumping on walk-up lists.
The app is key. Definitely. Those are invaluable. Any other sort of practical advice for just getting through the day in the parks?
Yeah, definitely. Don't forget about water refill stations. They're dotted throughout the parks. Places like Cosmic Rays in Magic Kingdom or Rancho del Zocalo in Disneyland often have dedicated stations. And regular drinking fountains are always near the restrooms.
Bring a reusable bottle. Save money, save plastic.
Exactly. It's sustainable and way cheaper than buying bottled water all day. And finally, kind of simple, but don't overlook the basics. Fresh fruit stands, pickles from carts, and that universally available, always reliable vegan popcorn. They're great accessible snacks if you just need something quick and familiar.
Perfect. So from, gourmet plant-based creme brulee all the way to those beloved Ronto-less wraps and just iconic vegan popcorn. The whole culinary landscape for plant-based diners at Disney parks has genuinely transformed. It's really not just about making do anymore, is it?
Not at all.
It's about real choices, delightful discoveries, things that actually add more magic to your visit. It feels like Disney really pivoted from just accommodating people to actively innovating, making sure a plant-based diet doesn't take away from the experience, but actually enhances it.
And this whole transformation really raises an important question looking forward. As more and more people embrace plant-based diets, how will theme parks like Disney continue to innovate? How will they keep surprising us with options that are both, magical and mindful? What's the next culinary frontier they'll explore? And how will they inspire other big food operations to maybe follow suit? It's actually pretty exciting to think about.
It really is. Well, we've given you the map, hopefully full of useful insights and pro tips. Now, the adventure is truly yours. What hidden plant-based gems will you discover on your next magical visit to the Disney parks?
Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of Good Vegan Meal. If you loved what you heard and you're hungry for more, head over to our link tree at linktr.ee/goodveganmeal. There you can grab our free PDF 30 high-protein vegan 5-minute meals packed with quick recipes and full nutritional stats for every meal. Perfect for busy days and plant-powered gains. And if you're ready to take your vegan cooking game to the next level, check out our cookbook's 125-minute vegan meals for kids' lunches, a school lunchbox lifesaver, 185-minute vegan meals, and 7 weeks of high-protein meals with meal planning made simple with grocery lists for each week. Grab your goodies at linktr.ee/goodveganmeal, and we'll see you in the next episode.